In this lesson, you will be learning how to teach your child L in isolation and in syllables. As you can see by the attached image, this chart puts L at about age 6 for most children. In other words, by age 6, 90% of children can produce the L sound correctly in speech. However, I believe in working with children as soon as possible so they don't develop bad speech habits. Most of the time, when a child mispronounces L, he is substituting W instead. He may say wittle instead of little or wike instead of like. You'll need to teach him not to put his lips together, which makes the W, w, and instead keep them apart for the L. The tip of his tongue should touch the place where his top teeth meet his gums on the inside, up here. This is called the alveolar ridge. If you have a mouth puppet like mine, I call him Mr. Mouth, you can use it to help show him the correct tongue placement. So the tongue should touch up here, right where the teeth meet the gums. Just comes up here like that. And that's the alveolar ridge. Or you could use a tongue depressor or lollipop to touch the correct area. So have your child put the tip of his tongue there and then make a sound, vocalize, like that. So that is the L sound. To help him feel how that works speaking, you could have him say, ah. So start out with ah, and then raise your tongue up to the correct spot behind the teeth. Ah, ah, and then lower the tongue again to ah and repeat. Ah, la, la, la. So if you can do that, have him try doing la, 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 la. These exercises should help him learn to keep his lips still for L and not round them into a W. So start with ah, raise your tongue to the correct spot, ah, ah, do again, and then see if you can turn it into la, la, la. The important thing is not to round the lips into a W, which would be wah, wah. So just keep the mouth frozen. You can tell them, your mouth is frozen. It can't move. It's been injected with frozen serum. Just keep it like this and a little bit open and only move the tongue. The only thing you can move is the tongue. Ah, la, la, la. So once your child can do that, start on the syllables like la, lay, li, lie, lo, and lu. So for example, la. It might help to use a mirror in front of both of you so that you can see each other, or at least give your child a hand mirror to look at. So make sure your child puts his tongue in the right place to make a good L to start the syllable. La. Try to make it fun and reward your child for any effort to produce the sound correctly. Practice this at least 3 times. And when you can do that, then move on to the next syllable, li, li, and do the same thing. You might find that some syllables will be easier for your child to produce than others, and that's okay. You can always come back to the harder ones later. Move on to as many syllables as you can, trying to get as many correct productions as possible. When your child can produce L syllables correctly 80% of the time, you can move on to initial L in words. From there, continue to work your way through all the L levels as outlined in the How to Teach Your Child speech course. You've got this.